Hello guys, welcome back to the Park Fem channel. As you can probably tell by my get-up here, I very rarely actually put on my fancy schmancy coat. We've got something very exciting today. I'm about to head into London. It's just turned 7 o'clock in the morning. My train's at 7:30, get into London for about 9. I have to be at the Royal Automobile Club. Need to be there for between 9:45 and 10. But I'm meeting my friend at the station beforehand and we're heading together. We're visiting, as I said, the Royal Automobile Club for Lola's car launch. So that's going to be fun and exciting. I'm going to bring you guys along all with us. Not sure how much time I'm going to have to film or anything like that, but yeah. Thoughts? Thoughts? The microphone's not even plugged in, so that's not going to pick up anything.
That's probably the best you'll ever get out of me then.
Hang on.
Thoughts? That car is making me excited in ways I don't think a car could.
Yeah, why are we stood up here? Why are we... Was it you, sir, that hit the car?
No.
It looks a bunk, but the driving experience is probably the biggest thing, and I love that it has. When I first jumped in it, I was quite shocked about the gear stick. I mentioned it's just spins. And I thought, all the cars that I've driven and all the blisters I had in sort of the palm of my hand, a simple idea, which I should have thought about years ago. But Lola did it in the 60s, unbelievable. So.
On the screen in front of you.
It says wreck.
Yeah, and then it should be counting down. Not counting up.
Counting up, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
So, have you test driven this car yet?
Not the S. No.
Not yet,
The 270.
not-
I've done the 270 with David Piper,
Yeah.
the older car.
Perfect. So,
Original car.
what do you kind of expect to be the biggest difference in comparison with this one compared to previous cars you've driven? Both in
Yeah, well, compared to the
track,
David Piper one, I'm expecting, well, I don't know what I'm expecting yet, because obviously the David Piper one, 1968, 1969, so it's an older chassis, where this is a brand spanking new, exactly the same, a brand spanking new. Now, is the stiffness going to be different than the original, and is the stiffness going to do to the way the car handles? So it was nice having the experience of the David Piper 270. And then when we go get tested and how different the car is going to react to, I don't think it's going to be, I think it'll be subtle differences to the way that the car handles. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I'm fascinated to see how it's really different, and the challenge will be slightly different, and it may be better, it might be faster, and it might be more exhilarating. No, I think the fundamental core feelings probably are going to be very, very similar, because the gear stick and the gear linkage and the gearbox is all the same. So that side of it, I know I'm going to have a nice smile on my face again, because I love having a gear stick in my right hand. Something that obviously modern drivers, probably through most of their career, never have that chance of driving a stick shift. So I'm lucky that I've sort of started with a stick shift, went through the pedals on Formula One, and then went back to driving a gear stick again. So I'm looking forward to it and seeing what difference it will be.
There are over 2,000 Lola cars produced. Which is your favourite?
I am going to be biased. I'm biased towards the T70 because it's one of the most noisiest things that I've ever driven. So noise is something that there's still a wow factor to that, and I think that's what Lola, and that period when Lola were racing with the T70 against the GT40s and then a little bit later the 917 Porsche, and that period was a really good period of racing with all the drivers that were around. Jackie Oliver, who's coming tonight, he drove the car Richard Atwood as well. You know, I think he drove the T70 a couple of times. I'm lucky that I'm able to get in a car and feel what they felt back in those 60s, which in the 60s, the T70 and the GT40 and whatever were the top creme de la creme of racing it that good. It's completely different than when I drove probably the last sports car at Le Mans in the Audi R8. Completely different animals. Really comfortable and everything's in the right place. Ergonomical's all the right thing. Paddle shifting and much more simply driving at Le Mans with that as well. But the rawness of it and the driving exhilaration and experience and the way it talks to you and the way you react to it and how it reacts to your input to the car as well. That's what makes that period of car stand up, because it's alive. It's always alive. I'm very fortunate to still have that opportunity to feel that buzz again.
So you joined Lola back in the January 2025. What made you choose Lola to be the brand ambassador?
Well, Lola, I'd driven an IndyCar at Rockingham, strangely enough. So it was the only real time I drove a Lola car. But the brand was always around me. The brand was always a brand that was one of the most competitive ones to be around. I probably remember it most probably when Nigel Mansell went, after winning his World Championship in Formula One, to the IndyCar, winning the IndyCar series back-to-back in a Lola. And that period of time was a really, really interesting time with Chap Car cars. So with that, when this opportunity came up, discussing it a little bit with Teal, friend of mine, Keith Smelt, it just seemed the right time from when Lola sort of came to an end. Someone had the passion like Teal, massive passion for the Lola brand, to be able to sort of start it, not as Lola was, didn't want to replicate, just making any race cars and all the race cars all around the world. He wanted to use that origin or Lola history with the technology, MEDI technology, and applying it to it, which is what we're going to see with the T70S and the GT. Then other projects that will come online down the line. It's moved in a non-Lola way, but it's still got the core essence of what Lola has always been. So to be a part of that as a brand ambassador, it's enjoyable, thoroughly exciting. I enjoy when I hear Pilgrim talking of the launch of the T7. It fascinates me what they're talking about. I don't fully understand everything they're talking about. Eventually get you through and ask some questions, and I sort of learn about how that technology, and it's brilliant. It's lovely that they have the passion. And when you have Teal, Peter, Matt, everybody who's working at what Lola cars, they have that passion. And to be part of it, seeing Lola Graham blossom in a new direction, it's nice to be a part of it. And it's enjoying it very much so.
What are your thoughts on this new beginning of kind of classic car companies entering the world of sustainability?
Yeah, well, again, this is where Lola hopefully will be, well, I think is at the moment, leading that through with all the technology they're bringing the T70S, which will eventually sort of be able to go in different directions, if it be on road cars to potentially sort of military ways and different sort of spheres of the world that we live in, and that chance of pushing those boundaries is very interesting.
What are you? Oh my God! Now I can't speak. What are your thoughts on this new beginning of classic car companies entering the world of sustainability?
Right, I got it. Yeah, I get back to that one. Sustainability. Yeah, right. With the classic car stuff. Yeah, well, it's great. I think as I mentioned earlier, I still have that ability to use these older cars, all the modern technologies, even with the V8, still having the V8, if we're not filling up in all the gasoline, it is the synthetic biofuel is going to be very important down the line for all of us. Remember the day, and what motorsport companies generally are very, very good at is having something that no one's really had before, developing it very, very quickly, and pushing those boundaries that will always benefit anybody most of us in the world. So it's great to see that the old cars are still being used on racetracks, because I think everybody thoroughly enjoys that experience of hearing it, and especially being behind the steering wheel as well. They're all out.
Thank you.
So, bless.
We have stopped for a spot of lunch. I have no clue what this is called. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. It was on the lunch menu, so I thought I'd try it. Jack has the classic katsu curry, which I was going to get, and then I saw the lunch menu, so I thought I'd try a new curry. Are you excited to eat?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm waiting for my buns as well.
How are you feeling after a very busy morning?
Excited, because I love that car. And
Oh, it's so
I spent
good.
15 minutes talking to Johnny Herbert, which is just...
And I have all of it on camera.
I know, and it's the most surreal thing, because it's like, I used to watch him on TV, and now he's like right in front of me, and he's just like the nicest guy. So yeah, I'm high on life.
I really don't know what was happening there. It was just flashing on my screen for God knows how long. Hello, guys. As you can see, oh, is that going to stand? As you can see, I am now home. I am also changed because I am freezing. But I got home from London about 2 hours ago, maybe. It's currently 8:40, so no, 8:40. It's currently 8:20. I'm a liar. For like a recap of the day, I got into London. I met up with my friend Jack, and we headed to the Royal Automobile Club for the LOLA launch yesterday. We had a call for Park Fem. We were like trying to gather information and stuff. I was like, oh, they had the T70 that they turned into a road car eventually. We should get some info on that. Something's just fallen over, I don't know what. Anyway, get some info on that. Benefit, because as you can see here, the T70S, so LOLA are launching 16 cars. They're releasing the T70S, which is their track car, and the T70 GT, which is their road car. And there's only going to be 16 cars made, because originally the T70, there was only 16 made. This is my fun little booklet. This is the life cycle assessment report that I got while I was there. It's got all the information on like this new car and their new like sustainability project, because this T70 is the first sustainable classic. So bearing in mind, this is a sustainable car with a V8 engine. But don't worry, I was sat there, I was like, and one of the questions that was asked was, how the hell is this car sustainable with a V8? And it's like so interesting the way they've made it sustainable. A lot of it's due to fuel, and they have created the LOLA Natural Composite System, the LNCS, which I actually don't know if there's like a full thing in here about this. Is this got a... Oh, it does. It's got a whole thing on composite technology. Whoa! There's so much stuff in it. And it was just very, very interesting. Got to speak with the wonderful Johnny Herbert, as you would have seen. He was absolutely lovely, and we were able to talk about a lot of stuff that you would have seen. I don't know how much of it in this, but if you want to have like a full read up on the interview with Johnny Herbert, go check out our website. It's parkfem.co.uk. There'll be a bunch on there regarding the interview, and also just regarding the LOLA T70S and GT, because there were bits from the press conference as well. Look, it's got pie charts. The T70S total emissions. T70S proxy carbon footprint comparison. The orange is the T70S emissions, and the proxy emissions is the green, by the way, if you wanted to, if you wanted to know. Anyway, I actually came on here just to say goodbye to you guys, and instead I've just started yapping about this car. The car is beautiful. It's even prettier in person, and I love the way they've like gone with this and how they have like taken this on. And I do think it's really, really cool that they have gone back to something. So the T70, for anyone who doesn't know, so the original T70 is a car from the 1960s. It was a track car that eventually turned into a road car. They have
barely changed a thing in terms of the T70 from the 1960s and to the T70S now. There are obviously things they've done to it for sustainability that should hopefully all be in the article that you can go check out on the Park Fair website. But yeah, it was a really sick event. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining us. It's Tuesday the 31st, and hopefully you guys should be seeing this on Wednesday the 1st if I get my shit together. With that being the case, make sure you come back to the channel on Friday for the first of the Madrid vlogs. I'm saying first of, this could also be the only Madrid vlog. I haven't finished editing it yet. Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, as I said, go check out the website. There should be an article on the T70S which you can go and check out, with a bunch of other articles as well. Make sure you head over and follow all of our social media channels. They are all at parkfilm_. That's on TikTok, Instagram, ciao bella.